These two are the standard forms of a parabola with vertex at hk. If we look here, the value of x has a squared. So this means that for every value of y, there will be two values of x. So for example, this is your vertex, your hk, at point hk. So if there are like two values of x for every value of y as y progresses, so there will be two values of x. So this one goes downwards, or it could go upwards. For example, this is your hk. Now as the y progresses, there will be always two values of x. So it could either open upwards or downwards for this format. Now if this 4p is positive, it means it goes upwards, because as you can see, this is positive, this is negative. So if 4p is negative, it goes downwards. For this case, y is the one with the squared. So for every value of x, there are two values of y. For example, this is your hk. This is your point hk. So for every value of x, as it progresses to the right, there will always be two values of y, and there will be your parabola. Or if your hk is here and it goes to the left, so for every value of x, there will always be two values of y, and then your parabola is going to the left. So it's also easy to memorize, because in your axis, this is positive, this is negative. So if your 4p is negative, it goes to the left. If your 4p is positive, it goes to the right. Now, example. What is the equation of a parabola that has a focus at 3, -8, and the directrix is y is equal to -2? So I have drawn the directrix, y is equal to -2, and the focus is 3, -8. But what we need in here is the directrix. So the directrix is in between the... what we need here is the vertex. So vertex is in the middle of the directrix and the focus. So the distance between these two is 6. So this is 2. Y is equal to -2. This is -8. So the distance between is 6. So the vertex will be in the middle. This vertex is at 3, -5. So the distance, this one is 3 units. And then again, this is 3 units. This is your hk, 3, -5. Now we can plug these values into our equation. So this one is, because it has two values of x for every value of y, we're using this equation. So we will plug in the values. So this is going downwards, because this is negative. You get -4p y minus k. So your h is this one, this is your k. So if we plug it in, 8x minus h, which is 3, squared is equal to negative. Your p is 3. So your 4p is 12. In this case, -12, because it is going downwards. Y minus k, your k is -5. Okay, so we now solve this one. X squared minus 6x plus 9. So this one becomes -12 y plus 5 So just copy this one. This one is negative 12y minus 60 is equal to minus 60. So rearranging, we have x squared minus 6x plus 12y plus 9 plus 60 is equal to 0. Plus 9 plus 60. Okay, so what our equation would be 12y plus 69 is equal to 0. So this is your equation for these values. Now let's reverse the question. Draw the equation x squared minus 6x plus 12y plus 69 is equal to 0. We want this to become in this format so we can find hk and we can find 4p. So let's rewrite these first two numbers, x squared minus 6x, and then we put a blank plus 12y plus 69 is equal to 0. 12y. So let's think of a number that of 6. We divide it into 2 and we square it. This one becomes x squared minus 6. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. Squared is 9. So plus 9 to make it a perfect square. We can transpose these two to the other side. This one becomes negative 12y minus 69. Since we add 9 on the left, we have to add 9 on the right. So now this one becomes a perfect square. We can rewrite it as x minus 3, the quantity squared, is equal to negative 12y. If we add this, minus 60. And then it has a common factor of 12. So we have to factor out the 12 and the negative number. This one becomes negative 12. This one becomes y minus 5. This one becomes y plus 5 if we factor the negative. This is x minus 3 squared. But since we want this to be negative, this one becomes equals negative 12 y minus negative 5, and this is still x minus 3, the quantity squared. So your h, this is your h, this is your k. So your directrix, your vertex will be 3 and negative 5. So which is this one. And your p will be 4p is equal to 12. So your p is equal to 3. So you have a distance of 3 for your directrix and for your focus. That's it.